Hello, whoever is here. Can't see the chat yet. You have to give me a sec. Look who it is. Did you beat 7-3 yet? What do you mean? Of course I've beaten 7-3. Did you make it late already? Yes. Liar? Liar! What are you talking about? Oh, it says I'm on the... I forgot that I left the game open. You're right, I didn't beat 7-3 yet. Hold on. Okay, you guys can probably hear what's going on, but I can't. My headset's being weird. I got it. I'm here. Jackhammer, yeah. Jackhammer ASMR. Hello, King Solomon. I had to hold the button down because I couldn't hear anything because my headphone jack is fucked up. So I had to hold the button down so I could know when my headset was working so I could hear something. Yeah, sorry it took a minute. I was making food and the pasta was cooking really slowly, so I just had to take the extra like 7 minutes to make sure it was good. Here, just while we're here, because why the hell not? Let's play 7-3. How's my sense doing? There you go, I fixed it. I think. Nope, I did not fix it. I think I got him. That was a yep. I hit a green gauge. Holy shit, I'm not the jackhammer guy. Also, did you guys notice something really cool? Yeah. A style ranking. Cloth made that for me. It looks really sick. Yeah, this I'm literally playing ULTRAKILL for the first time today. Or, well, I guess any game for the first time today. I've just been doing stuff. And you know how we are. We're Cybergrind players, what could happen? Oh, and I sucked. Holy shit, I suck. I'm just missing everything. Okay, let me get more comfortable. Out of my face. Hey. Yeah, they look good. I'm telling you, Prophet, the glowy one with the pink, definitely the right play. Boy, can I, like, be good at the game? I did. Hello everyone who's joining. But yeah, what do you guys think of the style? The style numbers. Very cool indeed. Don't procrastinate against your physics exam, WTF. I don't want to be the reason for that. Really not? Okay, let us say. Wow, you just didn't step into it at all. What a way to die. Oh my god, same guy. I've never died to that guy, like ever. Oh, all jackhammers on cooldown. This is how rusty I am. Holy. I've never ever died to the security, like unless on like my first or like second play. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm so bad right now. Yay! Can you view my Cybergrind play? It's on my channel. Yeah, I do need you to join the Discord because there is a submission process specifically for like copyrighted music and like advice you might want and stuff like that. Nope. Let's take a look at the Discord. The Morgan Freeman. Dude, look what someone drew. This shit looks so fucking awesome. This shit is so clean. It's so good. Sorry, I'm still eating. Okay, and ignore that. All right. Where are we? Yeah, so for those who don't know, if you're not a part of the Discord yet, join the Discord. That way you can get a bingo card and play with us while we play Cybergrind Bingo. I'm going to be reviewing some people. Cloth, I don't know if you submitted anything. Oh, you did? Do you want me to review you first? Could definitely do you first. And then, other than that, I do want to do some lower wave stuff today. Because we did like a lot of like high wave stuff the other day. And like each run was like, well, except for like one person. Each run was like really long. We reviewed, yeah, Clara's. This one, oh my god, this one was like 40 minutes or some shit. Took a long time. I think it was 30 minutes. But, I have to stop and like play Cybergrind Bingo the whole time, and it's just very, very extra. What did you eat today? Well, currently I've got a plate of pesto pasta, rigatoni. Approved? Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do yours first, Cloth. What? Oh right, it's not my default browser anymore. God damn it. Yeah, that's it right there. All right. We have that set up. Let me reset my bingo card. All right. Get the bingo card in the pin message in Cybergrind Bingo. I'm going to give you guys some time to go collect your cards. Hey, Equinox. Heard to listen to some fire music. Okay. What? Ball equals 4-letter equals 4 seconds. 4 seconds equals what? What was this about? I don't even know. All right. Let's read your thing. It's not this. It's not this. Let me close this. Close post. It won't like delete it, right? Unfollow post. Okay, perfect. There, I have it pulled up. Awesome. Everyone make sure you get your cards. Yeah, join the Discord. Just go to the Cybergrind Bingo channel, and then look at the pinned message, and you will find the Cybergrind Bingo card that you can create for yourself. Okay, cloth. Thank you. I do need to make like a private link that you guys can donate to, so I can get all the money instead of like, you know, like 80% of it, because YouTube does take some of the money whenever you do a super chat. I don't mind super chats, but I think you guys would prefer sending your money where you know it's supposed to go, and I would prefer getting the money that I know I'm seeing. So that's just me. This greed sickens me. It's a joke. YouTube deserves nothing. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm more on the side of give less to YouTube. You guys can give less money to me in response. You know what I mean? You can give me 20% less money, just as long as you're not giving that 20% to YouTube. You know what I mean? I don't really care. And once I get Twitch going, donations I think are direct. Not 100% sure. I think that subscriptions is when Twitch takes money. There's a Cybergrind review rules right here. All you have to do is read these rules. They're very easy and straightforward to follow. So you don't have to like, you know, intentionally read all of them, but just skim them over. You'll understand. And finally, there's a template you have to fill out. You know, title of your video, the video info, maybe if you want certain parts like highlighted, microphone, mods, anonymous, and then finally Jackhammer Acolyte. But yeah, very straightforward. And a blow high? Okay. I popped off one time and got to Brutal Wave 51. I've never been able to get there since again. Hey, it happens, man. Pardon my French. Alright. Then I guess... okay, we do have some copyright stuff. God, that is good to know. Oh my god. Help me. Oh my god, I'm dying. Health bar mods? Yeah, they're allowed. It's just, you know, I would be against it if you get to like really high waves with Cybergrind, because, you know, there's just so much clutter, it's hard to read what's going on. But for the most part, it's fine. Yeah, no, people are okay with that in like high level Cybergrind. They're fine. Is your pasta laced? No, it's just whenever I eat, I just burp a lot. Alright, well I did finish just now. Carbonated pasta. Burpalite. Dude. Someone draw that. Someone draw Burpalite. I'm really, the one thing I've been looking to seeing is someone like putting a sun Brocolite emote. You know, like how I say sun a lot? If someone just puts Brocolite and it's just sun, it'd literally be so perfect. Rick burping, but instead of Rick, it's Brocco. Yeah, son, I'm crying. Alright, let's just get started then. I'm assuming all of you guys have a card. We're not really going to start immediately. So, you know, now's your time to get your card as I read this out. Dramatic title, Cybergrinding, but I officially hate magnets. Oh, is this the one where you die to the magnet? Because I know you sent me that clip of you dying to the magnet. Video info, just a random run I recorded today since I haven't submitted one in a long time. Awesome. How you'd like to improve? Any help with any way on how I can keep incorporating sliding into my gameplay because I keep forgetting? And how to use less dashes or use them efficiently to dodge attacks. 1,500 hours, nice. Break for an on, no. Mods use, yes. Animated Cybergrind textures, icons, death cam, better weapon HUDs. Yep, I have most of these. No, okay, wait, let's see your YouTube. Actually, I can just click on it over here, right? I just don't have a public. Oh well, this is Cloth. Cloth is in the Discord. Cloth is, what'd you say, on the road of graphics design? Because at least the way you were doing, you know, my awesome style stuff. Just want to show you guys fully here. Cloth, by the way, made these style things for me. After last stream, they basically worked with me and were like, hey, come up with, like, you know, DBAC ranks and, like, you know, let's talk about doing some cool other ranks. And yeah, these are the custom ranks that I have for me. I think now that they're finished, Cloth, you can make them public if you want. You can use them on, like, you know, your repertoire of words that you send people when you're, like, you know, showing people what you do. Definitely you can do this. But yeah, it looks really good. No, it says profit, not puberty. Yeah, but, you know, we've got damnation, contrition, blasphemy, apostasy, just like evil religious words playing into the, you know, the theme of, you know, the Brocolite cult or whatever, the aesthetic. And then, you know, we have finally good words as you reach the high ranks that actually give you bonuses like Prophet CEO mindset. Wait, literally though, hold on, double entendre right there. And now, yeah, we have sacred, which is glowing, sanctity, which is also glowing, and saint, which is also slightly glowing but darkly. And then we have prophet, which is just the cruelty squad coded word, and I love it. Yeah, they're swapped in the mod. I don't know why. Oh yeah, you can put them in the Discord if anyone wants to use them. Yeah, I don't mind. You can put it in like media or something, or ultra chill. You can put them in multiple channels. Yeah, rank C and B are swapped. I don't know why, but in the mod, for some reason, these two are swapped, but this is the correct order. But as you see, in the top right, it just looks so sick. And you have Prophet. It just looks so sick. Alright, let's get on to this. I'm assuming all of you guys have your bingo cards at this point. If I had made a mod turning feed, I mean, maybe I would use it, but the only problem is that I currently do a lot of arm canceling, so I'm not going to see it very frequently. Okay, Brock, I just submitted. Please forgive me if it's a little rushed. I don't mind. Again, I'm going to do this first anyway, because Cloth has a priority here, having donated to the Brocolite community. All right, but yeah, let's just get started then. Remind me when we get to 9 minutes, by the way. I might forget. Remind me when we get to 9 minutes. Oh yeah, you're showing your loadout. Hold on, let me see this. You don't have Sharpshooter equipped, but you have Piercer equipped. Piercer's in your first slot. Hold up. Piercer in first slot, D-Marksman in second. And then... Okay, you have my loadout for the jackhammers. You also have Neuron Activator. Interesting. Okay, Screwdriver in third. Okay, Firestarter last. Got it. Yeah. Okay, what wave are you starting on here? Hold on. A lot just happened. 50, got it. Okay. That's a rad shoe. Misses rail cannon, and then also... Did you get the one-shot? Oh, you did. Okay. Well, that is already going to be Mrs. Rail Cannon off the bat. Very sad to see it, especially in a wave start, because Rail Cannon is usually very integral to making sure your wave start is good. Let me clear out this real quick. All right, Mrs. Rail Cannon. I don't have it. My life sucks. Nice, one shot there. Awesome parry. Oh, that's all jackhammers on cooldown. I know the sound when I see it. All jackhammers on cooldown, make sure you mark that down. Which I have. No sharpshooter, yeah, none. Not even the Slarp. Won't you believe it, Equinox? I know you're heartbroken right now, but you know. Thumbnail is a little edgy, and I know you don't like excessive. I mean, I'll be fine. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'll just have a quippy comment to say about it. Ooh, wait, was that just a regular Mauro there? Okay, it didn't seem like you were trying to do a nuke. Maybe, were you trying to do an E-rail? You were definitely trying to do an E-rail there. For sure. But for that, I am going to say rail cannon without dependencies. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, you tried to use electric. Yeah, that would have been a huge conduction if you did. But I got the plan. You know, we all make mistakes. Do I not even have it? Rail cannon without dependencies? I don't have it. My life sucks. First couple waves are soon. I mean, hey, you know, I get it. Is this you getting your record, or this is just you playing? I think. Yeah. I really like, can I just say, I really like the muted purple. Or I want to see that again. I really like the muted purple. You usually see people doing like deep purple, but the muted purple looks nice. Nice. Is that a hit stop nuke? I can't tell if that was a successful nuke. I don't think it was. Sorry, I'm like hyper focused on this. There's the core. I can't tell. It's a failed nuke. Okay. Ooh, okay. Charge back. I mean, the nice thing about the Piercer is that it can actually be pretty decent for style. You can get like a 4x headshot multiplier with it. If you just land a headshot on an enemy. And that's obviously very good, because that gives you like a full style rank. Oof. Oof, okay. That was almost does nothing. I've never seen a Cerberus projectile move that slow. Yeah, we already have rail cannon without dependencies, which is essentially a failed nuke. So. Nice. Is this Sienna sleep music? Are we gonna count that as failed dunk? Hold on. Because this is... I won't count it. Nah, I'm not. I won't say undead or dying enemy. That was clearly intended to just kill the Mind Flayer. That's a really good tip, Timothian. E-rail. Delish. Oof, okay. Yeah, you definitely didn't mean to swap to E-rail there. If that becomes a recurring issue, then I will put draws weapon does nothing. Okay, let's see. This is the test. Okay. Now, what is that? An Iconoclasm fail? Yeah, that was. Alright, Iconoclasm fail. I have it. Yay, yay. Yeah, my friend listens to Sienna Sleep, I'm pretty sure. Him and I like generally the same music, so maybe I will listen to some of it. Okay, Flicker Nuke. Every time someone has like done a Flicker Nuke, I've never seen them get good value from it. And there's nothing personal towards you, that's just like, I know so many Flicker Nuke Glazers. I mean, it's cool when you do it, but like, it'll get like 10 damage at most. On like, you know, a wave with like very little enemies that are threatening. Nice. Friend is based. A playlist of all Sienna's sleep sets and singles, I mean albums. Sick. Ah, I see. I see what you're doing. Is it bad that I've never learned how to parry a ferryman? Is it literally just most of their attacks are like... the first attack is blue, then the second one is yellow? Nice. Yeah, I don't think they're very effective. At least, like, they can be. They're just extremely hard to do and very impractical. They're, like, almost as impractical as, like, you know, using the attractor nail gun to, like, try to get the double death damage on magnets. I can't pair him for shit either, yeah. I know, I'm, like, top 100 for, like, 2 years or whatever, and I still have never learned how to parry a ferryman. Oof. What were you trying to coin there? Yeah, it seems like you're just going for clips for the most part. Just trying to do cool shit, which I don't blame you for it. That's kind of what I like to do nowadays. Was the enemy shot rocket earlier? I mean, I don't think... Wait. No, I think... At least not on this wave. I think we'll see it when we see it. The rockets almost made na 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 na. Oop. Oh, guard break fail. You hate to see it. What's your FOV, by the way, Clough? I don't have guard break fail. My life sucks. Default? Oof. I seriously would change that. Because like for my FOV, approaching this Gutterman right here, this looks like it would hit. For my FOV, if I'm this close to a Gutterman, this looks like it would hit. This is very sad to see. Wait, Gutterman? Gutter tank chargeback? No, Gutterman, right? It should say Gutterman. Gutterman shoots coin. Priest broccoli, I need this. Has anyone ever done a gutter tank chargeback intentionally? I mean, gutter man? Just doing it for fun, yeah. Alright, okay. Death Star setup. Nice. Is that 2 kills? I think it was almost. What the hold on, I'm hearing a lot of virtues dying. Let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4 have spawned in. 4 virtues spawned in. You killed 2. Here's 1. Wait, what? Did 5 virtues spawn? Holy shit. Damn. Wow. And they all died. Nicely done. A lot of people would have panicked. Honestly, that's what makes Death Star so strong. One weakness, right? They have one weakness, that's idols. And they have a really good strength, which is that they can easily deal with virtues if multiple spawn. And right there, that right there is the best exemplar of like easily removing like a bunch of virtues from the get-go. So like that right there is Death Star value. That's why I'm like, I don't use it very much. And when I do use it, I don't feel like I'm getting good value. But like, it is kind of just an investment because you need to invest in the chance that you will get a really difficult wave. Because when a really difficult wave comes, you can deal 14 damage to like 3 different mind flayers, or you can like, you know, fully almost annihilate an entire insurrectionist. It's like really good value. And I don't know, I just don't have the patience personally, but right there, that's like exactly when you should be using it. Or, you know, the circumstance that should follow that gives the best value. What war crimes have I joined into? We're doing Cybergrind review. Bingo. Oof. Yeah, okay, so small thing here. Once you get this conduction off, you definitely want to leave. You don't want to be down there. You don't want to be down here as much as you can help it. These Maurices are all around you. I'm going to say bad Maurice positioning. Specifically this map, it's very easy to get bad Maurice positioning because a lot of them spawn like all over the map, and a lot of the enemies spawn underneath them, but they're not on like high spires that you can easily take them from. So bad Maurice positioning, unfortunately, you don't want to be underneath them, even if there's a Gutterman, right? You got the Gutterman off, and then, you know, more or less you try to get out. But what's happening here is that, like, despite everything, you're down to low health because of all the Maurice explosions. Yeah, like right there. You just took like 50 damage. You definitely want to pick off the Maurices first, especially on an easy wave like this, where it's just Maurices and Gutterman. You don't want to mess that up. You don't want to mess up the fact that you have such easy enemies that you can exploit in favor of just a faster time, because these guys will destroy you. So, slight consideration. You still made it out alive, you know. Yeah, that could have killed you, you know what I mean? You know that. That could have killed you earlier is what I mean. Was that a failed chargeback? Where? Oh yeah, that was a failed chargeback. Chargeback fail. Which I do not have. Sad. Yeah, they try to predict your movement. That's why when you're on rockets, you're very vulnerable to them. Nice, screwdriver. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, this is partially why I don't recommend screwdrivers on mind flayers. Because, like, mind flayers are always in really tricky spots. You can get punished a lot for trying to take your time to aim on one of them. Nice. Oh, pff, really, dude? Like, look at that. Look at that. The parry causing it to freaking break its neck and cloth to miss. This is so stupid right here. This is so dumb. Literally just fucking instant transmission dodges. Okay. Okay, that's Biff's the clip right there if I've ever seen it. I don't know what you were trying to do, but it did not work. Biff's the clip for sure. Do I have Biff's the clip? Damn, I don't. Giving him a coin trust. It did, but Cloth didn't shoot the coin, is the thing. Cloth didn't try to shoot the coin, so they didn't miss. They were just trying to set something up that didn't work. Or Cloth didn't try to shoot the coin, at least. Mannequin charge back, alright. Yeah, I've enforced that rule before. I specifically want them to try to shoot the coin and miss it. Because otherwise, you know, you can basically claim at that point that, like, if you do, like, a quad fast coin during a conduction, that you're basically, you know, getting 2x coin misses. It's technically not what's happening. You're just using it for conduction and not shooting it, you know? Oof. Yeah, you're running out of rocket juice here. Okay, okay. Hit stop nuke. You like to see it? See, that's one thing I really like about hit stop nukes. And I'm glad you're using them, because the one problem with nukes is that they have so much fall off, like damage fall off. And the nice thing about a hit stop nuke is that you guaranteed hit your target that you're, like, in melee range with for the max damage, and you're getting like 23 damage, and then you're dealing, you know, 13 to everything in proximal, and, you know, I think it's like 10 and then 4. So hard respect for that. Oh, that Maurice just shot your rocket. Enemy shoots rocket / core. Awesome. You haven't seen any of these yet. I have a feeling I know how this is gonna end. Another chargeback fail. Oh dear. Another chargeback fail. Nice. You're playing better than I did today. Here, let me check, actually. He didn't even try to shoot the coin. He just wanted for conduction. Oh shit, well, one of these songs was fucking copyrighted and I just missed it, but oh well. I'll just cut it out in post-processing. Got rad idols. Is that a nuke? Just out of curiosity. Seems like it was. Did you even do the flicker nuke there, or did your rocket get shot? Yeah, you're right. Rocket got shot, I think. Yeah, that's really funny. Broccoli, I might miss the stream, so when the stream ends, can you please add the timestamps? I mean, I'll just ping you. You can just, you know, skim through. You'll notice which gameplay is yours. I'll just ping you in the submission you do that I reviewed you if I do. Add insert rad, sir. Okay. On a wave like this, I definitely think it would have been better to nuke, but not bad overall. Okay, okay, okay. I see you. That's the most delicious E-rail. Ah, but you didn't get it. Damn. No conduction. Is that failed conduction right there then? No, you got the conductor. Never mind. Well, if that schism parry, it was sick as fuck is what it was. Ah. How are you trying to, like, incorporate flicker nukes into your gameplay? Like, are you seeing any success with that? Because, like, if you're trying to go for, like, cool stuff, then definitely. But I would personally advise against flicker nukes. I think they're just very niche. Definitely hard to get value from. I do really like the hit stop nukes though. Those are really cool. Flicker nuke for damage. Yeah, you know. The angle is so, like... I mean, okay, to be fair, there are some angles that you can get used to that are definitely, like, easy to practice. Ugh. Yeah, you're just mostly going for style there, so I'm not really gonna criticize. No! No! Okay, we got the Virtue one-shot there, but that is gonna be a Virtue one-shot fail. You hate to see it. Do we not even have it? God, I hate my fucking life. I'm getting none of these. What, with the wave before? Because, like I said, I'm not going to criticize anything for that, because they were just going for style. Unless you're talking about, like, way in the beginning here. Yeah, no. I mean, here... Nah, they were definitely going for something. I do not have a video on flicker nukes. I don't know, I personally don't like them. Someone else has a video on them. I think Takovic does. Or some other people have tried to make videos on it too. Cool little combo there. Yeah, no, I don't have a video on it. Oof, holding on to that there. Oof. Oof. That was rough. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna give that draws weapon does nothing because you drew 2 jackhammers and you didn't really do anything with them. Where is it? Draws weapon does nothing. I understand you're going for like style stuff, but generally speaking, when you're drawing a jackhammer, you need to be very aggressive. You need to like have a plan going into a jackhammer hit. Nice. Oh, that was delish. I can show you right now, though, after this. It's pretty simple. I mean, the better tech is RTC nukes. Which is kind of like flicker nuking. But it's a lot more versatile and consistent. Like, you know, consistent in terms of damage, not in terms of execution. Did you even set that guy on fire? Hold on. Nice. Okay, that insert was on fire. That insert was on fire. The final one, though. That one right there in the sky, I don't think he's been on fire yet. Ah, there you go. Oh! And there it just ends. Okay, so I definitely have some tips. Instead of doing flicker nuking, I would definitely suggest doing RTC nuking, which is like that. And yeah, he thought the stream ended. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to send the clip of the wave that you die on, you definitely can do that. Yeah, but like that's basically an RTC nuke. That's also an RTC nuke. This is what a flicker nuke is, which is like fine. But I mean, flicker nukes require you basically to be traveling on a horizontal plane, and that can get you killed a lot, right? It's like, you know, you could do this, but if you want to learn RTC nukes, they're far better. Because you can be in all sorts of different angles, and allow you to get like nuke damage. Even though I still don't really like RTC nukes all that much, I'm gonna make a video on them eventually because a lot of people really like them and a lot of people do see success with them. It's basically taking the idea of what a flicker nuke is and turning it into something that is a lot more, yeah, kinda. Except a flicker nuke is just very straightforward. They both take double dashes though, unless, you know, you do this, which works. The difference is that flicker nukes are primarily on like a horizontal plane. You're trying to get the rocket and the core to be like parallel to one another. On like a vertical or a horizontal plane. Because I don't think you can do it sideways. Oh, no, you can. With varying success. Yeah, you can't really do it sideways like this. At least in the video that, you know, quote unquote, the name of the tech, flicker nuking, quote unquote, was shown. That's sort of how they did it, like, almost every time, so that's sort of how I'm using the term, is in that instance. There's not necessarily a difference. Flicker nuke is just a simpler RTC, yes. It's the principle of an RTC in a very like rudimentarily executed manner. Right? But RTC nuke, because basically, like, you're not just going opposite of this rocket. You have to do it in such a way that, yeah, because like, look, I can't just go opposite of where this rocket is to get the nuke. You have to go a very strenuous distance in order to get the nuke off. Yes, we are talking about RTCs. Yeah, but that's why I don't like flicker nuking, at least in how it is presented. It's very hard to get value from in a lot of scenarios that wouldn't just be preferable to like something else. Yeah, you have to have the rocket hit the core. But like, you know, there's a lot better methods with RTC nuking. Like, you know, going up from the side of a Cybergrind arena, right? Going up from the side of a Cybergrind arena, you could do one of these, right? And then you can actually get value from that, right? Okay, listen, Catman is the #1 glazer of RTC nukes. They're not even that crazy. There's a better way to do that? Yeah, there's hundreds of ways to do it, right? You know, like, coming up on the side of a thing, you can do that as well. It's like, you know, I know a couple, like, easy ways to do it. Sideways? You don't have to turn your camera? What do you mean? Like this? I'm confused. So yeah. Well, but you know, this is also for Cloth's sake, because Cloth did, like, you know, was doing a lot of flicker nuking. We can turn this into something like, you know, different ways to do it that might actually be better. Set up a double hammer boost. Fire the core and then shoot the rocket into the core and switch weapons. Oh, I know about that, yeah. Yeah, I know how to do that. Hold on. Yeah, you have to be very quick with it though, because if you're doing the second half of it, you'll fuck it up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean for those guys to show up. Also, what is that? All their torsos are over here. And they're glitching out. Cool. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, here it is. Excuse me. Okay, this is how Cloth died. Right there. It's hard to see, but basically what's going on is Cloth is rising up from a rocket ride, jumps off the rocket, so the rocket is going this way, and one of these enemies has a magnet on them, so the rocket turns into the view and catches Cloth's whiplash as they're throwing it out, and then they do a rocket pull and die. So that's how they die. Was that from this run? It was, yeah, because it's wave 87. Hold on. So we are going to mark that down on our bingo boards. That is going to be rocket pull fail. Also, your rockets all look like gutter tank rockets, just for the record. It's sometimes confusing. Yeah, rocket pull fail. It is definitely a really strong way to perform RTCs, though. Okay. I have like a specific binder. If I press T, it automatically gives me the core jackhammer, so It does depend on a high frame rate, though, to be fair. That is one thing that I need to specify. It does depend on a high frame rate, because on a lower frame rate, I think your core can just pass through. Your name is UltraKill60065. Okay. I mean, they're cool. RTC nukes are fine. I don't know. I do prefer double hammer boosts because, you know, when you're coming up next to the Cybergrind, you have to be like, you know, you have to be like really close to the edge of the Cybergrind in order to get good value. How am I messing this up so much? Keep pressing E. You have to be right up next to the Cybergrind. You have to be at a perfect, like, vertical plane, because the explosion happened, like, way up here, right? And, you know, you're not going to get a lot of damage on a lot of enemies like that. I mean, it's fine, you know what I mean? Because you're getting, like, what is the damage fall off? I think it's, like, 7.4 damage to enemies. And that's decent, but, you know, again, those enemies also have to be close to you. So that's why I prefer dual hammer boost, personally. But, you know. Also the fact that RTC nukes do require 2 dashes, which is kind of absurd. It's like, which, like, you know, if you're like spacing out your if you're spacing out your no only one, what do you mean? If you're doing the quick mount, right? Then that's 1 dash. And then if you're doing the swap, you have to dash in between the hit stop. And that's a 2nd dash. Unless you do, you know, like one of these silly things. Yeah. So that's also a reason why. But, you know, it's still not bad. RTC nukes, like I said, they're like, you know, I'd say like A, B tier tech. But, you know, you're definitely someone who should enjoy it. Cloth, by the way, that is how you do, you know, one of the many ways to do an RTC nuke. If I can stop messing it up. Yeah, like that. B plus, okay? Like, listen, there's a lot of conduction methods out there, and they're like, you know, really good. Jackhammer single target is so strong when you're dealing with, like, you know, Maurice or Gutterman, because they'll just conduction slop. Bro, what do you mean conduction slop? Conduction on the highest level of the game can take a lot of skill, okay? I will say, RTC nuke's strength mostly comes from high, like, density mind flayer waves. Because, like I said, a lot, mind flayers will teleport on top of you, right? Mind flayer charge, shut up. A lot of mind flayers are going to be teleporting on top of you. So if you can get into a good position where you can RTC nuke, you're going to get 12 damage on, like, almost every mind flayer if you time it right. It takes a lot of skill to do that and get max damage, or like really good damage, but it's really good because number 1, you deflect mind flayer projectiles away from you. Number 2, you're teleporting on top of you, so you're getting max damage on them. It's fine against inserts because you're getting explosion damage, which doesn't scale with fire damage, but it does set them on fire if you're close enough. And it does also blast away like Maurice projectiles, which is pretty good. But against like every other enemy, like, you know, idols, hideous masses, virtues, it's pretty bad. It doesn't really do anything to those enemies. That's why I don't really like nuking that much, but that's, you know, the case. I don't use Panini. No, listen, and I'm going to make a video about this too, because a lot of people are talking about Panini projection right now. Someone asked, my FOV is 160. Also, my MacBook is about to die, so I'm going to grab my charger in a minute. But I really don't like Panini projection, and I prefer this a lot more. Because even though it can be like overbearing at times, you know, just to look like 90 degrees to my right, a lot is moving on my screen. But the important thing to know about FOV is that most of what's happening on your screen is happening in the center of your screen. You know what I mean? And like then it's stretching out the further to the side of the screen it is. So basically what you're getting is like, here, I'll try to make like a small diagram for you guys. Here. It's probably fine. Okay. Yeah. Basically what you're getting is like, you're seeing like 120 FOV worth of stuff right here. You know what I mean? Right here. And then everything else, like the extra like 40 degrees is like 20 degrees here, 20 degrees here. So you're basically getting 120 FOV in the center of your screen. And that to me makes a lot more sense than if you were to stretch it out and have to look on the sides of your screen for more information. Because the way you look is not only to gain information on where things are, but it also affects where you're aiming. And looking somewhere for information sacrifices your ability to aim at what you want to shoot. And shooting at something sacrifices your ability to get information because that's where you're looking. So it's this balance of everything is in the center of your screen, so you have the best value from information and the best value from being able to aim at things at the same time, as opposed to with panini projection, you get everything across your screen evenly distributed, so that you basically lose the point of having 160 FOV. So that's my explanation for why I don't like panini projection, and I prefer this like round distortion. This like, you know, rectilinear distortion. Equirectangular projection is the best projection, trust. Okay. I'm gonna get my charter real quick. I'll be like 1 minute. And yeah, I'm gonna do your thing, Sandy, your bundle. But yeah, for those who are listening to my long-winded rant about FOV, what do you guys think about my argument? What is panini projection? Basically, it takes this FOV and it evenly distributes it across your screen instead of it being distorted like this. It's somewhere in the Discord, actually. Someone sent something. I think here. No, not here. Media? God, you guys type so much that I actually now have to like fully scroll up. Here. Panini projection. Here it is.
Remember the first video on the internet? Or the 6-second
You agree
beauty
with me?
of Vines?
Thank you.
Or this beautiful...
This is FOV 150, vertically.
So look,
Now here,
right? I'm gonna turn the audio off. So this is, you know, you get the distortion where like most of the stuff is in the center of your screen and the stuff on the sides is stretched out, right? And then like when they go to panini projection, this is what it looks like. It evenly distributes everything on your screen so that you can see it all in like a much more humanely processable way. But you know what I mean? The problem with this is that now everything in the center of your screen, you basically lose the value of having such a high FOV at that point, because now it is also bending. You know what I mean? Like that. But like now, if you look in the center of your screen, now you have to look across your screen to see what's over here, right? Instead of it being right here on your screen, it's over here now. You know, it's over here now. Instead of it just being like the 20 degrees is, you know, all this, and then 140 degrees is here, which is not for me. And we had like a long-winded conversation about that too, kinda. I mostly had the long-winded conversation. But yeah, anyway, let's continue with the Cybergrind review. Let's see. Okay, dude. Oh my god. This is rot. This is so rotted. This is so friggin' rotted. I can't believe this. Alright, well. I need to know before I watch this, because that you didn't really follow the submission process. I need to know, is your microphone on? How many hours do you have? And were there mods used? Those are some of the most important things here. So if you could let me know that, that would be appreciated. Yeah, just let me know, like right now, so I'll just watch it. 500 to 1,000? No mods. No microphone or anything? None? Okay. ULTRAKILL? I don't know who ULTRAKILL is. No mic, okay. We'll watch it. Also, Ultra... Dude. You did not try. Oh my god. I hate that that's my default browser now. Internet Explorer sucks. God damn it. Such a grandpa with this shit. Alright, and there's no copyrighted music. I don't really hear any music right now. I hear it. Okay, I need to know if the music isn't copyrighted. The way you can check that is if you go into your YouTube studio and you click on the video that you uploaded, you'll see like if it says copyrighted or not. This music is part of Cybergrind by default. Well, if it's... I don't know this song. Yeah, I can't tell if it's King Gizzard either, but if it is King Gizzard, I can't listen to it because King Gizzard is copyrighted. I don't mind waiting this long because personally I'm eating honey bun right now, so I can't tell if you're trolling or not. Hey, Pizza Man. And now that we're done talking about RTC nukes, Catmint disappears once again. Nothing's happened. I just need to know if it's copyrighted. Honestly, just to be safe, I'm just not going to play the audio. Hey, I'm still here. Listen, I had to check, okay? Don't quote me on that, though. You just said hello all. What are we quoting you on? Hello all? That's King Gizzard? Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Underwriter. Or the goat. I'm gonna mute this. Yeah. That's me too. I'm muting it, and I'm gonna play one of the songs from my YouTube playlist. Alright. Oh my god. Can this please... I hate that this happens so much. Why? Go away. Why is it windowed? This is making me really mad. Does anyone know why this happens? Hello, all the Pizza Man 66. Yeah, you just got quoted. This makes me so upset. Genuinely. Okay. Made my dick cry. Okay, son. Hide the I don't know how to do that. Like that? No. Hidden? Listen, I got this computer like a year ago, and I still don't know how to do it. Alright, plus Windows D. Oh, that's my desktop. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's watch this. Alright, yeah, what is your FOV, by the way? Where are you? Send your bundle. Also, one of your programs should probably check. It's a weird Windows 11 thing. I don't have the computer science majory brain enough for that. I'm just gonna lazily waltz on past it. Okay. And what waves is this? So far, this seems like also a nice whip hop. Cool that you know how to do that. $20 to $40. Okay. One thing I can immediately suggest, like this just helps pretty much anyone as far as I'm concerned. You can enable enemy outlines so that they have that black outline around them, and it pulls them out from, like, you know, the backdrop and lets you see them easier. If you go to assist and you go to enemy silhouettes, outline only, you can get a black outline around them. You can also go full if you want, you know, have like cool little things that you can set up, make them more easily identifiable. But, you know, that is a tip right from the get-go, and then also obviously increase your FOV is another tip, because this is pretty narrow. And from what I've heard, most people, like almost every person that I give that advice to, benefits from a higher FOV. And, you know, I would say 130 is like the cutoff point for like really good FOV. Some people have maybe a little bit less. Most people have it a little higher. But I'd say try to get yourself to 130 and see how you like it. You know, taper off. Like, try 120 first and then, you know, get to 130 if you can. Nice. Your aim is pretty good. CE shoddy? Wait, hold on. You're right, it is CE shoddy. Holy shit. And now I get to rant about the CE shotgun. I don't even have it. God, I hate my life. Okay, so here's something. Do you have... See, man, shut your bitch ass up, Davon Zach. You're a speedrunner. You don't get to have a say in this conversation, okay? You go to the corner. You go to your corner, Davon Zach. Okay, you twiddle your thumbs while the real cybergrinders have a conversation right now. I'm sorry, I'm not that upset. But yeah, so in Cybergrind, okay, I need to know first. Do you have the alt shotgun? Don't sat in the corner. Sandy, do you have the alt shotgun? Don't think you've ever heard me that rude before. Listen. I'm very passionate about the CE shotgun. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm very passionate. It's the one time I get to let myself free without any bars. But yeah, Sandy, it doesn't seem like, at least from what I'm seeing, doesn't appear like you have the alt shotgun. You have the alt revolver. At least I haven't seen you pull out the chainsaw shotgun yet. You also haven't drawn the nail gun. Nice. My brother just came into the room. He just stared at me.
Did you see my Wawa?
Your Wawa? Did you order?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
They're taking an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, well.
Missing me out.
Did you put a chair out?
No, they can just leave it on the ground.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it. My brother ordered food. He was asking me if he saw it. Okay, and you have the alt saw. But I can't tell if you have the alt shotgun, because you haven't pulled out your sawed-on. You do know how to quick mount rocket ride, though. Okay, yeah, that right there, I think... Hold on, double checking. Oh. It didn't even hit the rocket. This is very, like, smooth gameplay for the most part. Very patient. Nice whip hops. Do you watch my content, Sandier? Bad wave start is a part of it. But, yeah, let me quickly just check their wave start here. Because, yeah, if they don't have a wave start after this, then I'll definitely mark down bad wave start. Yeah, you're not really using the fire starter. You're not... I don't think you've done, like, a saw setup in the beginning. Or anything like that. Kind of just doing quick swap stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but... it definitely lacks macro. Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna say... bad wave start. So, one thing you should definitely get used to, and this will, like, you know, transform your whole game. You need to get used to having a wave start. And, like, here's something that a lot of people will do, like, you know... when the wave is starting, they'll, like, you know, put some oil on the floor and light it, right? Because each glob of oil can do up to 16 damage per, and enemies can walk through them, right? And if you're playing Cybergrind enough, you know how to play on the edges, obviously. You rocket ride a lot. So one thing that can be really helpful is kiting enemies into your fire, right? So, like, if I'm up here, and I know there's, like, swords machines chasing me, right? Then, like, I can put a bunch of fire here, and they're guaranteed to take the damage, right? And I can keep kiting them through this fire, and they'll keep taking damage. And I can do that as I'm fighting, and it'll shorten down all of my fights by a large margin. Right? So it's very key that you want to use the fire starter, especially on Cybergrind. It's like top 4 weapons for Cybergrind. Because it gets value regardless of how many enemies are standing on the oil. And it's literally a quarter second of application, right? Like, boom, I have an entire spray of oil right there. So that's definitely something I would suggest, is using the fire starter more often, and using that as a starter. So, like, you know, just putting oil on the floor before the enemies spawn when the wave transitions. Yeah, like there. But here you're using it to set an enemy on fire. Which is fine, but it's not nearly as good, and I don't know if you know this, but fire on an enemy... Here, let me get another sword machine out. Fire underneath an enemy does more damage than fire on an enemy. So if you look up top, you'll see that the swords machine on the top is taking 1 damage tick every half second. The swords machine on the right is only taking half a damage tick every half second. So you're dealing more damage if you spend less time putting oil on enemies and putting it on the floor than if you put oil on an enemy. So very important thing. Yeah, you said Mrs. Whiplash twice on this stray here. You're right. That's correct. Alright, Mrs. Whiplash 2x. That's not it. This is coins. And I don't have it. My life sucks. Yeah, and yeah, that is also nice to know. Both the damage do stack, so you can kind of do both if you want. Fire damage on, like if you apply fire directly on top of an insurrectionist, that does actually more damage, it's double damage. So you could do that if you want. And you can double stack fire on them for a lot of damage. Yeah, you seem to be using your rail cannon mostly for nukes. Your gameplay is very smooth, it's very, like, methodical. Also, I think your coin hit a rocket. Yeah, your coin hit the rocket. Coin hits core / rocket. Awesome. Someone's got to have a bingo by this point. You can get up to 1.5 per tick. Yeah, 1.5 per tick. That's basically 3 damage per second with just like, you know, fire alone. Yeah. Sandy, I don't know if you're here, because you did say you had to go soon. So you want to pause the game? Not yet, surprisingly. Not as far as we could tell. Nice. Okay. So you have an understanding of like target priority and stuff, which is really good. So I'm not going to give you, you know, enemy target priority issue because you have that. You understand what is more valuable. Here, I would probably get rid of that stalker if you can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let him target, you know, that Cerberus or anything. Failed bunny. Okay. Oh, you missed it. That is a failed dunk right there, unfortunately. Failed cannonball dunk, which I have. Bad saw trap? Let's see it. At least as far as I'm concerned, they haven't used this. Oh, right there. I mean, no, they were attacking the Cerberus with it. Yeah, I haven't seen Screwdriver either. I would say the Screwdriver is definitely for a more aggressive playstyle, and our player here isn't being very aggressive. That was cool. Nice dunk. Our player is being very, like, range heavy. Nice. Yeah, you're taking it very slowly. Probably gonna nuke on him, right? No? Okay. You're saving your rail cannon. You definitely don't need to. It's fine though. You didn't need the rail cannon there, but I definitely would suggest Pizza Man is bringing something up very important. When you're facing the insurrectionist, very, very good to put a screwdriver into him, especially early on in these waves like this. If he's on fire, he actually has an expanded healing range. So if you throw a screwdriver on him, not only are you dealing 1.5 times damage to him with the screwdriver, so that's 15 damage without punching it, but you can get a total of 22.5 damage if you do punch it, which is basically more damage than a Railcoin combo on him. Raw, at least. If you set him on fire and then Railcoin combo, it's slightly more damage to do that, but you get more style from the screwdriver anyway. Ugh. Yeah, very slow. What do we think? We think it's going to be a Mind Flayer wave that kills him? I feel like he's going to get pressured by Mind Flayers, and that's what's going to kill him. Some conduction. I think you're running ADD, probably? Because I haven't seen you use the Overheat Saw Blade, and you definitely would if you're running that. No Jackhammer, though. Okay. Servers are so strong, bro. Shift 6 to this. Yeah, we can. Wait, pauses run? I was not paying attention. I was reading the chat. Oh yeah, that's pauses run. The only reason we have pauses run on here is because usually if you pause your Cybergrind run, it's like taboo. You know, you can often throw your run by doing that. Yeah, but here's the tally so far. You've had a bingo? And long distance whiplash? Hold on. Wait, where do you, on this wave or the one way before? Like right here? I mean, realistically, long distance whiplash doesn't really mean anything there. Unfortunately. I will give it to you though, because that is pretty much a long distance whiplash if you've ever seen one. It's just that it didn't like actually change the outcome of the wave. So I'll give it to you. I'll let you have it. And in fact, I'll give you both the win here. Equinox, though, you've already won though, right? No, you haven't. Well, you have it too. Because this is a technicality and I don't want to take a win from either of you on a technicality. So, you know. You'll both get it. And now both of you will be competing for Blackout for the rest of the stream. So that's going to be fun. Not competing, obviously, but you know, whoever gets it first, yay. For those who did not win, you will have to get a new bingo card, but for those who did, you guys can definitely... Oh, okay. Interesting rocket maneuver. Ooh, okay. Parry, but not with the kid. The kiddable. Bottom half of the list? I'll show you. This is why you gotta be actively paying attention. I'll reset these, yeah, but I think because Equinox also won, it's you guys are playing for Blackout. I don't know, we're not doing, well, that wasn't even, I mean, technically, it was kind of a failed dunk. It was kind of like an off-screen parry, more like, but you don't have that on there. We're gonna finish this up. We're not gonna put any spaces down, I think. Because, I mean, should we, though? I was ruling it before that, you know, we wouldn't reset the bingo, or we wouldn't, like, you know, continue playing off of someone who was consistently making the same mistakes, but I'll let it happen. I'll let it happen. We'll technically that was a failed dunk. So we'll put that on there. Failed cannonball dunk. And I have it. So awesome. I did do it last stream, but I did talk at the end of the stream. I was like, you know, I kind of don't like when we do that. This player isn't making a lot of the same mistakes, so I'll let it slide this time. And we also have a lot more to go. So, you know, for now it's fine. Oof. Rokan without dependencies right there. Which I have. Slam. Well, it's DD for the shotguns because they're their default. Okay. Nice. Just had to give the idol a little spin. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention to the rank much. Okay, well, right here we might see a B rank, depending on what happens. Yeah, I'm also too used to jackhammers. No B rank yet. Oof. Spacing was very nice. It's satisfying to watch, I will say. Okay. Ah, this is roll cannon. That was sad. That would have been cool. Nice conduction. That was a missed coin, so if there's another... Ah, there you go. Oof. Saw trap was a bit worse for wear, but you did get value from the saws either way. Now, I'm surprised you're not using the overheat nail gun. Nice, score nuke. Yeah, I feel like we've seen like literally none across all of our reviews so far. Funny modded Counter-Strike? What? Wait, was there a sentry? I can't hear. Oh, I see him. Nice, he's spacing it out though. Doing pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, the sentry's just behind the Maurice over there. He fell down? Oh, he fell down. Yeah, nothing wrong with this enemy priority so far. Come on, man, it's just one stray. Nice. Is that a mind flayer chasing you? Yeah, it is. Ignoring the mind flayer is not a bad play. There's the overheat. Dun, 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 dun. Oof, wait, hold on. Was that 2 missed whiplashes in a row? No, there's that, and then... You grab the soldier. You grab that guy. 1 miss. And you got him. Alright. Yeah, you definitely would have died there if you didn't dash that way. Oof. Saved by the bell. Oh. I couldn't even tell if the Mind Flayer blunt hit the stray. Another pause. Our dear player is cursing his run. Look at the coin guy noticing the coin stuff. Oh, sniped. Gutterman hits coin happened twice? After the Maurice conduction? Ah, you're right. Yeah. Where's that? Gutterman shoots coin. Which I do not have. Do I also have pause the Cybergrind? I did definitely didn't check if I did. I don't. Gutterman shoots coin though. I do have that. Ooh, the Maurice. Yeah, you really like to pour a lot of oil in the Gutterman. I'm telling you, you'll get so much more value. They're so slow. You'll get a lot more value if you just put oil at their feet. Field conduction. Oh, right here? No, there's a rail cannon use here. Yeah, that was a failed conduction. I mean, technically it was a rail cannon without dependencies, but we already have that. Yeah, I'll just let it happen. I don't have it. This is Brocco's gameplay trust. It's on ULTRAKILL Must Die. Yeah, ULTRAKILL Must Die just makes you like 2 times slower and doesn't let you run Jackhammer. Also, yes, this is true, Flaris. Yeah, if the Maurice isn't broken with a slam or something, then you're fine. But they're weak to nails, so in some cases it can be good. Okay, I need a charge back. Oof. Do we have Mrs. Rail Cannon? Yeah, right there I definitely would have used the screwdriver. I'm gonna put needs rail cannon, doesn't rail cannon. You definitely have like a weird priority of the rail cannons. Screwdriver would have gotten you a lot more in that situation. So I'm gonna put needs rail cannon, doesn't rail cannon. There it is. Yeah, not so far, no entrance or hall. This is rough though, 3 answers is crazy. That's what I'm saying though. Yeah, like if that had been a screwdriver instead of an E-rail, we would have been way better off. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. A bit of politics. Yeah. So, advice, right? Definitely a huge lack of the jackhammer that I noticed. The jackhammer is going to really help you get in and out, which is essentially what a lot of the Cybergrind becomes in the highest level. Definitely use the jackhammer. I didn't see you pull out the sawed-on weapon at least once. So my suggestion for you would be to use the sawed-on jackhammer at the very least. I personally would advise against using the core eject shotgun as well, because the core eject shotgun is pretty much like inferior in every way to the core eject jackhammer. The only thing you get over it is the fact is the like ability to throw a core a longer distance so that you can hit it with the malicious rail cannon. But in a lot of cases, you don't actually want to do that. Instead, you would be a lot better off if you would just like do like, you know, like a really close range nuke, because all the enemies are going to be running towards you, right? So like, you know, instead of having them on the edge, right? They're all going to be right next to you if you play your cards right. And that can give you really good value. Because your nuke obviously has a lot of damage fall off if enemies are further away. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. As well, there's a lot of tech associated with the Korjuk Jackhammer. And I feel like with your long-range playstyle, you might actually like it. In roughly the same amount of time that it takes to do a core snipe, you could do a what's it called? A hammer boost. I mean, the only Korjuk shotgun runs against the Flesh Prison. Even still, I don't necessarily agree. Kinda, I guess you could say, but you know, I still think that. Here, I'm gonna just do it for fun. My mini intermission here. Everything. Like, you don't really need it at all, you know what I mean? It's like record time, holy shit. It was a really good run, so I'm gonna just do this.
Creature of steel, my gratitude upon thee. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten. And thy punishment is death.
I fucking suck, dude. That could have been like actually my record. And I fucked it up. That could have been a freaking epic run. I literally could have ended that at like minute 30. Oh well. But you get the point, right? Yeah, there's my PB. Sad. How dare you, dead coin? Slap real coin better. Alright, well. That's that, though. Definitely try out the CE jackhammer. You should. You should try out at least one jackhammer. Every loadout needs one jackhammer, at the very least. As well, yeah, use the fire starter. Like, you seem to understand, like, enemy pathing and stuff. Use the fire starter in a way that you can kite enemies into the fire, because you can get a lot more damage that way as opposed to dumping a bunch of oil into one enemy. And like, you know, like here, I'll say another thing. There's one argument for where you could put a lot of oil on one enemy, and that argument isn't very good in the first place. So like, you guys could probably guess what I'm about to say. Right? And that's what is this called? What's this stupid tech called? Spontaneous combustion. Not very good. Very overrated. but it is one of the ways you can do that. You know what I mean? You can dump a bunch of oil on someone and get that kind of value. Actually, I have so much trouble getting my 6-2 brutal time lower than my violent one because of that. Yeah. Problem with spontaneous combustion is I think it does the same amount of damage just letting the fire burn on the enemy. I mean, yeah, but the problem, the thing about it is that it's, here, let me do something actually. The problem with it is that you spend, first of all, 3 seconds doing this, right? Or like, you know, maybe 2 seconds if the enemy doesn't have that much health. No, it's not conduction slop. It's spontaneous combustion. But that's how much damage you're getting for that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not good. So, you know, I forget what my whole point of all of this was. But yeah, oh yeah, don't put oil on enemies, put them on the floor if you can help it. The only time that it is actually good is against insurrectionists. Like, you know, doing this. They can take a lot of damage from fire. And like, look, this insurrectionist is getting melted at the rate like that a Cerberus would. Because you spend, you know, you spend your, like, 2 to 3 seconds dumping the oil in such a time that you could just do, like, oops, I'm doing it wrong. If you do this, it's straight up just faster. You know what I mean? And, like, that's just the unfortunate truth. Fraud tomorrow, man, all these fraud people coming in here. Yeah, I pray that fraud comes out sooner than later. You should, yeah, I know you can do that. Like you can, hold on. Do this. And then like, you know, if you're faster than me. But at the same point, you know, like why would I want to do that to kill, you know, one enemy? Like, at that point, I'd rather just, you know, do one of these. I'm tired, so hold on. You know. Just like, any jackhammer combo can do it so much better, is all I'm trying to say. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, there's no point in, and like, Fire Starter Oil is so good, because like, you can just do this, you know what I mean? And like, you'll get like up to like hundreds of damage with this alone. It's just better. I don't know why I did that. It also doesn't work on inserts. The one enemy it would be good against, it doesn't work against. Can you believe that? Like the one enemy that a spontaneous combustion would actually be good against, I don't know why I keep... I don't know why I'm sucking so much doo-doo. Right, I'm pressing E. Yeah, but I'm just fucking around in the sandbox at this point. What are the ferryman's counter? Literally just ignore him and let him rot in fire. That's his counter. Exploit him for conduction. But yeah, that's that. That has now been reviewed. I don't know, what's a random one? Just do an older one. How about that? We'll do autumns. Come on. Copy it. It's short. Probably going to be easier to talk about. God damn it. I didn't... Stop it. There we go. We'll just continue from here. My nose is really freaking itchy right now. Two seconds. All right. Let me go back to the chat here. Sorry, I'm juggling a couple things right now. Where is my stream? It's gone. Oh, there it is. Coming out of the gate? Hall? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're straight out of the gate. Alright, yeah, we could probably play this now. Unmute it. Let's see what they have to say. Dramatic title, Jackhammer Enthusiast, number 361. Brutally decimates demons for 17 minutes. Not clickbait, okay. Info, currently my PB is wave 49 on Brutal, and I'd really like to get to wave 50. No copyright. I'm very bad at getting overwhelmed by mind flares, which ends a lot of runs. Also probably need to use more sawed off because it's very broken. 250 hours, Michael's off, no mods, and it doesn't really matter to me. Jackhammer, my beloved. Hell yeah. Double Jackhammer. Would use 3 if not for P boosting. Your Cybergrind reviews have helped me a lot in getting better ULTRAKILL. Awesome. Yeah, the sawed on. Oh, don't forget it. I'm gonna ping them. Alright. Let's go. I'm filled with hatred right now. God, hold on. There you go. It worked. Alright, so a lot is happening right now. Let me turn this down too, because it's pretty loud. Alright. All jacks on cooldown? Oh yeah, technically it was. All jacks they are running 2 jacks. All jacks on cooldown. Only 2 jacks, I don't know if that counts, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, very shaky aim. I don't know if that's because you're like skipping frames or anything, but your aim is very shaky. Oh my god. Oh, pff, okay. Accidental RTC nuke. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that right there is a long whiplash pull. Definitely want to avoid whiplashing onto insurrectionists when they jump. Either whiplash cancel or whip hop. Those would be your best ways to break the chain. And I don't even have it. Oh wait, I did have this though. God, we marked that down. Or was that the last one? Oh well, technically we still have that. Yeah, no, if you have a tractor nail gun / CE shotgun, make sure you mark that down. This is coins 2 in a row. Let me see this. Next one. Oh, that was a dead coin. Yeah, that was just a dead coin what happened. But more importantly, they did miss the rail cannon. Yeah, because they shoot it and then they throw out a coin and it doesn't chain. So they did a dead coin. They didn't miss their coin. But they did miss. Do we already have Mrs. Rail Cannon? We do. Yeah, but that is a long whiplash for sure. Screwdriver, nice choice. Definitely the thing you need right now. Hit C and B. Oh yeah, they did. Good call out. Sub A rank. I have that. Awesome sauce. I'm gonna take note of the loadout here. I think they're running ADA or ADD. Yeah, I can't tell if you're just like uncomfortable with your sensitivity or something. You're just like, your aim is very jittery. You love red gauging with the jackhammer. Not a super problem, but the jackhammer is really good against so many enemies, like mind flayers actually. So it is kind of unfortunate when you do put them on red gauge. And what are your two jackhammers, by the way? You have the sawed-on shotgun, right? I know you have the Korjak jackhammer. I'm just looking at the HUD right here. Korjak jackhammer. Sawed-on jackhammer. Got it, okay. Yeah, blue and red. Oh, hey, Autumn. What's your FOV, Autumn? This looks like default. Yeah, never feel ashamed to red gauge. Yeah, but you don't need a red gauge Maurice, you know what I mean? Well, one thing you... Oh, there's a great mighty poo. One thing you lose out on when you red gauge a Maurice is enraged. So, like, doing that, you don't get the enraged status effect. But if you instead do like this, Maurice becomes enraged by the time you pull away, I think, right? I think I did it wrong. Yeah, you want him to become enraged if you can help it. Like that. It's a lot of style. And it's very easy to just combo him with just a Knuckle Blaster. How am I still alive? It's only been 2 hours. Yeah, you definitely want to try to avoid red gauging Maurice, unless it's like Radiant Maurice, in which case, you know, it's more understandable because a red gauge will put him on enraged. But you also lose the friendly fire bonuses that you get from doing all that. So like, you know, if you're approaching a Maurice like this, you get the enrage and the friendly fire from, you know, potentially doing that. Also, if you hit his corpse, you bounce back. It's kind of funny. Yeah, more style, more healing. Yeah, plus enrage gives you 250 style, I believe. And that, if you're in the air, which if you're fighting Maurice, you're always going to be in the air, with a jackhammer at least, you're going to be getting 3x that amount of style, so that's 750 style, and that's basically enough to jump you up like an entire grade of style. So, you definitely want to avoid red gauging him if you can. In this scenario, you don't really need style all that much, but, you know, if you do need it, two jackhammer hits on 2 Maurice is going to put you up like SS and SSS, you know what I mean? Nice. That was some weird coin thing. You know, so every time you... Oh yeah, this is an entrance... Wait, hold on, let me see this. Yeah, that was a center start. You never want to be in the center on that map. You did get away pretty lucky there, but that is going to be an entrance hall center start. On that specific map, you do not want to be in the middle because every enemy on this map has really good sight lines on the middle. Maurices will spawn on these pedestals, so will Gutterman, so will sentries. And you know, if you're in the center of this map here, they just have free line of sight on you, and they're all just going to beam you down easy. No, I wouldn't say so. Misses 2 coins with a slab coin earlier. Oh, like here? Because I'm looking specifically not for them to miss 2 coins with the same shot, but to miss 2 different coins with 2 different shots. Talking about here? Yeah. That's why you don't want to be entrance center hall start though. This map is called Hall, because it's this long hall. There's another map called Entrance, which has a similar issue that you don't want to play into. We have not seen Tunnel Vision yet. So far, all of our people have actually been very good at targeting the correct enemies at the right times. Yeah, in times like that, when you enrage a... And by the way, that's part of the reason why you get so much style. When you, like, look at the style bonuses here that you get for just doing a guard break, right? You get the guard break, right? Which is already, like, how much is a guard break? Let me see. Style index. Just look at it now. I have the thing open. Enrage is 250, and then... Guard break is 100, and disrespect is 60. So that's giving you a total of 60, 401 style, and then you triple that, you get 1200 style off of that. Pure Phantom Wiki. I mean, I don't care. It's accurate, these numbers at least, as far as I'm concerned. Draws weapon does nothing. We'll have to see that. I'll go back. Oof, yeah, that is draws weapon does nothing. When you're drawing a jet, and that's part of the problem with having shotgun and jackhammer, is that like sometimes you trick your brain into thinking like, okay, right now I press 2, I'm holding a shotgun, right? I need to not fire immediately, because you need to fire immediately while holding a jackhammer in order to, prime the hit. But yeah, that is draws weapon does nothing if you don't already have that. We do not. I don't have it. My life sucks. Anyway. I can understand being tricked by that, but yeah. That was really fast. Alright, we got Mind Flayers. Oof, definitely a little bit premature with the conduction, because there weren't a lot of enemies around. You didn't really get high damage with it. But Mind Flayer seems to be dead. Yeah, Mind Flayer's dead. I can't even see there's a Cerberus there. Wow. Oof. Was that supposed to be a chargeback? Whatever it was, I think you dead coined again. Oof. Yeah, that's a failed chargeback for sure. Do we have that? Chargeback fail. And I don't have it. Oof. Yeah, your style is suffering. Oh my god, that Gutterman. Jesus. Nice, walling off the sentry. Oof. Okay. Oh, I don't know why it went double speed there, but it did. And you got the charge back, so that was nice. But you did fail the sentry bunt. I still don't have it, do I? Damn, this sucks. Yeah, there you go. Again with the jackhammer hits. You could have been an ULTRAKILL style this whole time. Now you are, but imagine if a Mind Flayer had spawned on this wave, you know what I mean? You would have preferred to have that in rage status. I will say though, like I said, Never be ashamed to red gauge on a virtue. They take priority there. Because imagine if they had been chasing you around here and you didn't get the one-shots. Okay, not bad. This is the longest prime to a dunk I've ever seen. On wave 33, failed to shoot one. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, that was true. Alright, that is fails to shoot 2 coins. This is 2 coins in a row. Which I finally have one of. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, I'm noticing also, I mean, you do tend to use the fire, yeah, I use the fire strider a decent amount. But I just wonder, what's your, the order of your rocket launchers? Oof. Okay, yeah, this is tunnel vision for sure right here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mark you tunnel vision for that. On top of the long distance whiplash, like you being punished with all that hard damage that you take. Like right here, so much hard damage, you're down to 24 health, right? So that's tunnel vision. Which I have. I'm gutter tank punched. I'm 1 gutter tank punch away. Green, red, blue. Interesting. Interesting. Let me see the saw. Depends on where the enemies are. Okay, that was a bad saw trap. Generally on that map, I would suggest personally putting the saws along these areas here. You can easily kite the enemies to these areas. Maurices will tend to be like in this little divot for some reason. They just tend to be, or around these pillars. And if they walk along these sides here, you can get the Maurices to just lay them down with bullets, and that can get you a lot of value as well. And on top of that, if you put the saws next to these stairs, they'll just often break. So that's bad saw trap as well. Which I have. Yo, sup, lil bro. Okay. Alright, so you have green, red, blue. No insta-ride, probably should learn this. Yeah, I would also suggest generally learning insta-rides. They're very, very good. Obviously, like all the top players use it. Or even just like frozen rocket rides are good too, because you tend to dip low whenever you're using the rocket, and that tends to like, it seems like it tends to like dissuade you from using it frequently. But anyway, yeah, it seems like you're gonna die here because of your tunnel vision, because this is the wave you die on. Yeah, like here, hardcore tunnel vision, and you get punished. And here you're in a risky position, because now you have to, yeah, you have to go down here. Ah, you hate to see it. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But yeah, what would my top tips for you be? Number 1, SRS in the first slot isn't bad. If you don't like using the freeze frame, I mean, freeze frame is kind of meta right now. You don't have to use it. Not everyone has the freeze frame in their first slot. But I would definitely prioritize using the fire starter over the SRS, because something nice you can do actually, if you're running the shotgun, right? Here, if I do this. Right, you can do... Here, actually, let me get the... Is it in my first slot now? No, it's not, because of my stupid freaking mod. Hold up. I'm gonna have to change some things around. Disable my cool mod. And then I don't know why my punch icon is there now. Okay, that was weird. I'm trying to demonstrate something right now. You can do this, right? Like, if you get good at it, you can basically swap and toss oil out between every swap. And that can give you a lot of really good damage. Hashtag, hashtag. It's a bug with the mod, got it. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay. If you really like P boosting, right? If you add oil in between all of your P boosts on top of a rocket, right? They can get you a lot of really good value. That's why personally I would always suggest using the sawed-on shotgun. It just has, like, you know, a lot of... It just has a lot more use with the shotgun than the other ones, but... and it's back. Okay. Cool. Let me enable my mods. Boom. And boom. What is the line? It's the gutter tank. I don't know why it went so far away. It's under the map, cool. But it's this. I do a lot of P2 ranks, so I've gotten very comfy with the green shotgun. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you don't have to do the sawed-on shotgun, but yeah, you should definitely try putting the fire starter in your first slot if you like using the shotgun. The tip is obviously yellow gauge more often, specifically against the Maurices, and against mind flayers, yellow gauge spam is really good too. She's really weak against the sawed-on jackhammer in particular. Like right there, like instantly pieced up by the sawed-on jackhammer. She didn't get much time to respond, so you know it's a bit of a rigged fight, but you know, point made. You can do some crazy good combos against mind flayers. Yeah, it is in the sky. I don't know why. Don't know why it's doing this. There it goes. It's gone. But yeah, other tips, definitely don't whiplash onto insurrectionists while they're jumping in the air. Right? Okay, really, dude? Jump. Yeah, like that. When you're doing that, not only do you launch yourself up into the sky so that you're at an extremely high altitude, which leaves you vulnerable to other enemies, but basically, like, you get a lot of hard damage from whiplashing onto the insurrectionist anyway. He pulls you away from all of your other healing, and he's gonna slam straight down anyway. And then that forces you to slam down to get to him or all the other enemies. And at that point, like, you have to spend a lot of time away from enemies just to get back to enemies. Just for the sake of damage. It's better, you're better off just, like, leaving him up in the sky. Like, go jump. Jump. Freaking hate you, dude. Jump. Son, there you go. Like, if I'm fighting, I can fight other enemies in this time. He's gonna uproot sentries, by the way. His thing uproots sentries. I don't know if it does it on the sandbox. There was a bug where it wouldn't do it on the sandbox. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, you can uproot. He can uproot sentries with it too. So like, leaving him alive can sometimes give you decent value. Stupid sentry. Jump. hate rocket riding. But yeah. Those are pretty much my suggestions. I should make that RTC nuke video, shouldn't I? We could do one more. Yeah, of course, Autumn. Let me mark your thing. We'll do one more. We will close out this bingo, I think. We will do... probably this one, yeah. Did I click on the thing? I did, yeah, awesome. We'll do Dr. Introverts. Now, I think Dr. Introvert actually used to run the core eject shotgun, so this is going to be, you know, it's going to be interesting. You love to do the RTC? Yeah, definitely, you can practice RTCs. I personally should practice them more myself. 7 left for Blackout, nice. Oh, okay, there it is, CE shotgun again. And they're going to run it. It just starts off with a core nuke, okay, cool. We already have it, doesn't even matter. Also, this keeps happening. Thank you, Cloth, for teaching me that that fixes it, though. Okay, we have a center start, maybe? Oh, yeah. Already off to a bad start. Fortunately, though, this is crazy. Only one more respawned on this wave. That's nuts. I don't think it matters, because we already have it marked. Yeah, we already have it marked. But, yeah, you do not want to start, because this is going to happen to you, right? You have no style, you can't really face all those enemies. Oh dear. This is an interesting start. I wouldn't count this as extremely high altitude because, you know, there's no pressure to be up there that high. You can just coin down all the melee enemies to death. Actually, should I count that? Okay, if he does it again, I'll count it. He said there's no copyright. Actually, let me read his message over. He said, no copyright issues. She hideous on my mask till I explode. Improvements. 2 biggest improvements I could make are dealing with ferrymen and being more cautious of going too high from the arena. Okay. Very first wave had multiple of them, and one died just fine, but I had trouble with the remaining 2, which was annoying. I also wouldn't have died of making such a simple mistake if I kept better track of lightning timing. It's not my... not being a dunce by waiting for it to strike for too long. And just not going so high in the first place. For places to look, you can go to the entirety of the first wave. 441, wave 37 for both nuke and fighting. Mind flares, any of the later waves. These are just mistakes I noticed while watching through, but I'm sure more experience could find more. Okay. 400 hours. Anything about screenshotting 420? It's fine. Bingo, yes, awesome. Mods, yes, awesome. Most substantial one turns Swords of Sheen to Hatsune Miku and makes Whiplash sound the screaming bird meme. Okay. Freaking God. These mods. That is actually a really funny... The screaming bird meme for the Whiplash is actually really funny. High altitude again? Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, we'll mark high altitude. He says he's very mindful of it, so, you know, we'll give him the space to improve. Just Chapman. Yeah, at the end of the wave, it's not, you know, usually bad to go extremely high like this, especially against a Serb. Like, what can he do? Nuke. Ooh, nuke with idols. Yeah, man. That's why core nuking is just so weak. Is there no whiplash rope? I wasn't paying attention. No, it's just black. And he's got the black backdrop, so it looks like there's none. Oh my god, the lag. Missed the screwdriver, so sad. Fire in the hole. Okay, that was what was it? Row cannon on dead or dying enemy. If you have that, mark that down. The screaming bird meme is actually so perfect for the whiplash. Bingo? Prove it. Show it. It's right here. Show it. Oh man. What? Did they just not have it? God damn it. Well, whatever. Yep. Awesome. That is a bingo for the pizza man. Here you go. Yeah, so I guess now we're just playing for Blackout for whoever's still playing. Yeah, so far from what I'm seeing, you want to be more patient with your nukes. Same advice with using red gauges on Maurice. You want to avoid doing it specifically so that you can try to get the enraged status effect, like from earlier. So yellow gauge plus knuckle blaster is usually a better combo. The bird meme, I always hear it. It's so funny. Oh, dude. You're saving the Burt for the Maurice. Honestly, I want that mod. I want that mod right now. It's really funny. Oh, my friend listens to this artist. It's so dumb that the Miku scream happens every time you do that. a failed nuke right there. I'm trying to think, am I crazy? Do people know how to insta-ride entrance hall start way less than those who don't? No, I don't think you're crazy. Hold on, was that technically Mrs. Whiplash twice in a row? Let me see that again. Hit that. No, they only missed it once. Got it. Interesting. Yeah, I want to see that Mind Flayer fight over again. Because you go all the way up here, and you're kind of ignoring them. In favor of a Red Gauge and a Maurice. Okay, I'm going to give enemy priority issue here. Where is that? Enemy priority issue. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be focusing the Maurice like that. Ah, it doesn't even matter. I didn't win, but... Well, but that's the thing, though. Like, an entrance hall center start is like, sure, you can nuke to get a lot of things, but like, enemies spawn in procedurally, you know what I mean? So like, you have to wait like a good 3 seconds or like 5 seconds for you to actually get the good nuke, you know? So... I don't know. You can. I think transitioning to the center of the level can definitely be good, but, you know, you don't want to start there. And see right here, you get minimal nuke value because number one, it's idols, and number two, it's virtues, you know what I mean? And if that happens, center start, you know, you kind of just wasted a whole nuke. Was that double miss? Hold on. Yeah, that was a double miss. This is Whiplash 2x in a row. It doesn't matter, we already have that marked down. Failed rocket pull? Well, no, it's rocket pull fail, as in like, I guess no, that does count as a rocket pull fail. You know what, yeah, I'll count that. I never really thought of it that way. No, it's just pitch black. I swear. Well, wait till he pulls that again and I'll pause it. Oh, okay, that was way too fast. Yeah, right there. Maybe it is. Maybe it is invisible. Wait. I thought it was just black. big conduction. Nice mind flayer bunt. Wow. Those enemies spawned in really quick. No rocket interrupts yet, no. And no gutter tank punch, surprisingly. That's what I've been looking out for the most. I haven't seen it. Wait, hold up. I think I saw something there. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I thought I saw... Yeah, look, he's blocking something. Is he? Or is that just his gun? I can't... No, that's just his gun. Okay, never mind. I thought he was doing the thing where he swipes his arm. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna give random gasoline for this. No, are you sure? Alright, I'll double check, but that's gonna be random gasoline. For sure. I don't think it was. It's very hard to tell with all this lag. Cause look, that just looks like his gun right there. And he's doing a dodge, and there's another one right here as well. He's dead, I think. No, he's still alive. Still dodging. Here he is. That's not a block, that's just his gun. He's not blocking, this is just his gun. He was just facing sideways, so it looked like he was blocking. That bird scream is still so funny. Yeah, more random gasoline. You should definitely have a more focused fire gasoline pattern, otherwise a lot of gasoline goes wasted. That's definitely some advice I can give immediately. Yeah, and there, that's where the nuke is weak again, you know what I mean? Virtue one-shot fail right there. At the end of the day, you got him, but a pretty huge cost. Aw, damn. And still no gutter tank punch. Hey, the nukes are nice, but on a waves like that, you know, you just didn't get any nuke value, you know what I mean? All those virtues just got blasted away. Another missed gutter tank punch. These poor gutter tanks. Oh, Jesus. I don't think I can play this song. I heard the lyrics. I'm good. This is the wave you die on, because this is a really awkward wave to die on. It's Mind Flare insert, right? Yep. There's the ferryman. Yeah, and all the oil there is just not getting used. Yeah, that's why you don't go up that high. Put on the Archon grid. It's not even in this playlist. What's the song called? The song isn't called Archon Grid. It's called Punishment. Yeah, so let's play that over again. You had the right, you know, like targeting and everything. I definitely wouldn't have wasted a red gauge on that Maurice. But yeah, here you definitely made a misplay by going so high into the sky, and now you just have no way of getting back down, you know? And you don't have access to heals at this point. It's just kind of over past that point. Also, Cruelty Squad soundtrack is goated. For the record. Mannequin kill them though? That's pretty funny. Oh, that's not what I want to click on. Yeah, the mannequin projectiles and the mind flare projectiles. Deadly. So definitely my top advice, try to mix up your rail cannon usage. Especially when you get waves with idols and virtues. Your instinct shouldn't be to instantly mal-rail, because you'll get situations where you'll either blast enemies that are idled, enemies that are virtues, and they'll get pushed away from the explosion instead of being absorbed in it. We did have enemy priority issue, yeah. We did not have setting insert on fire. But yeah, you still have the same problem of going up into the sky like this. As well, your fire starter oil, you should use it when you're kiting enemies. I showed this example earlier. It seems to be the tip of the day. When you have all these enemies chasing you, put fire starter oil in one direction, like this, and you get a lot of value from them just walking in and out of the fire. Right, like that right there just dealt like 10 damage to all of them. So yeah. That's one of my tips. So yeah, use Firestarter oil to kite, not to just throw it around randomly. Definitely continue to avoid going up into the sky like this. I know you were just jamming out, so you probably didn't take this super seriously. And then as well, try to avoid red gauging so frequently, especially against Maurice's. Because yeah, like I said earlier, Maurice, when you hit him with a yellow gauge and then follow up with a knuckle blaster punch, you'll enrage him. But if you hit him with a red gauge, you don't enrage him, and you don't get a lot of style for doing so. So you want to play in favor of the style by hitting him with yellow gauge plus knuckle blaster punch. But yeah. That's really all I've got. Let me... I already reacted to that. Where is the ting? There it is. Yeah. At Dr. Jabert. Perfect. Let's see what people have made. Oh my god. This is so sick. Holy shit. Look at this. Oh, this is so clean. Man, the art is going crazy. God, this looks so good. What the f- What the hell? That's just not nice. Don't say that about him. We'll do one. Okay, let me. If I can find a short one, we'll do it. Okay. Because yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit longer, bit longer. How long is this? PB from okay, 78 to 107. That's gonna have to wait. 30 to 61. P-Rank Fiend plays Cybergrind. Okay. We'll do this one. This one seems 200 hours usually is promising of a lower wave. Yeah, just because I want to close out this blackout. And 8 minutes. We can do 8 minutes. This will be the last one. And if you guys don't get a blackout, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to accept it. Alright? Wave 20 start. Pump charge shotgun. Okay, so that is a virtue one-shot fail. Oof, okay, oh, wow. that is funny. That is good. That is good right there. Hold on, do we... And we have virtue one-shot fail already. Do we have, what is it? We have pauses, Cybergrind run as well. Okay, good, just making sure. 5 more spaces, we'll see. Wait, there's no blue on the saws. Okay. There's no color on the... There's just no color on like the backdrops of any of these things. What is it called? The tracers. I do like the FOV though. It's a lot easier to see what's going on. There's no way you would choose to run a bingo card with restarts run on it. It's just like I've never seen someone do that. Just be so embarrassed by their first wave that they just do that. Also a boot, I want to show you something after this. Their friend here just like slam jumping, not really sliding around, I'm noticing. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, so the vertical movement seems to be very challenged unless they're doing rocket riding, which they do know how to instant rocket ride. But yeah, they're not slide jumping or anything. Yeah, they're using... Okay, so that's definitely #1 tip. They're spending a lot of stamina here, like trying to move horizontally instead of using like slide jumps to try to move yourself forward horizontally. Fundamentals are there, but gameplay is ass. I'd like to see how you'll improve. I see a top player in this run. I put a thingy in for Brocklight. That might be a funny idea. Okay. Whose gameplay is this? This is in the server. S. I don't know. Sorry, my stream thing is like blocking it. But I remember them from the stream. They seemed cool. Yeah, that seems to be the #1 issue here. Nope. Oh, the tracers are just black, I think. Yeah, they're all black. That makes so much more sense. Random gas? Yeah, you know. We already have that marked, so... Not all of the tracers are black, though. The saw tracers are invisible. I do like the use of the rail cannon here, though. Okay, good. Good save. Definitely want to get up top here. Yeah, idols always spawn up top here. That's obnoxious. Or in like the little crevice down there. You definitely want to break that idle though. The gutter tank is idled. Opportunity. There you go, slide jumping. Just a little bit though. Gutter tank punched. Gutter tank punched right there. First of its kind. Miss a screwdriver, sad. Yeah, I don't know, Boot. I kind of disagree. I think their fundamentals are a bit flawed. Like, they're executing, like... It's clear they're practicing and executing tech. But, yeah, the way they're spending, like, their resources is definitely not it. I do agree that they shouldn't be putting CE Jackhammer on Red Gauge. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to put your saws up there. It's a bad saw trap. But I think we already have that marked. Definitely find a Red Gauge on the... Sawed on Jackhammer, though. Yeah, the person here has 200 hours in the game, I think they said. So, like, yeah, I really think it's just a matter of execution with most of these things. Yeah, like right there, they wouldn't have messed that up if they'd been practicing for another, like, 100 hours. I mean, doesn't seem like they're... Okay, there they go. They put the core eject jackhammer on cooldown. I don't know. I don't like that decision because that's 8 damage per insert. Nice parry, though. Hold on. They were both on fire, right? That guy wasn't. Double check here. No, they were both set on fire. Got it. Yeah, usually just don't make it a habit. Like, you know, we all sometimes spend a couple extra dashes to reach an idol. But, you know. When you're not slide hopping a lot, that's definitely a huge problem. Because slide hopping can save you so much like stamina use in terms of like horizontal movement. I don't know. That was a weird interaction. Failed dunk right there. Screwdriver though. Delicious screwdriver. Can you rate the clip I'm gonna send? It's God sent. I can. Failed conduction. Don't we already have that? Yeah, we already have failed conduction. With the clips instead of full runs for Cybergrind wins, that'd be fun. Yeah, I still have to set up Cybergrind win bingo. Damn. Yeah, I mean, like, right there, for sure, like... Are you sure you could have avoided so much trouble? If you would just, like right here is kind of perfect. You're just slamming a lot. You're not really, like, using slides to your advantage. Like, I get that, like, tracking is a lot easier when you just slam jump, because, you know, your velocity just slows down when you're high up in the air like that. But, like, you know, slide jumping is just going to give you so much more vertical movement. I mean, horizontal movement. That's my #1 tip for you, is use slide jumps just so much more. Keep practicing all the cool stuff you're doing with, you know, like Death Stars and, you know, all that other stuff. But, yeah, for sure, you just need to slide hop a lot more. Because you do find yourself trapped between a lot of enemies. Like that ferryman that you died to at the end there. And like, you know, all these Serbs. Like right here. Like here you do one slide jump. But like now that you've whiplashed onto them, you could have taken so much more damage if there were any more enemies there. Because the whiplash is the commitment to go forward and you can't really go backward unless you slide jump. And then here on this wave with the ferryman, it's really hard to avoid a ferryman when you're on the floor. If you don't slide jump. You're like right there. Very avoidable. There again, very avoidable. And you're gonna die to this too. Yeah. Ruck, can you spare 8 more minutes for my run? Just from wave 40, it's good for me. Last run after last run. Rocket riding into a pillar counts enemy intercepts? Nah. Alright, I'll do yours. It's only 8 minutes. This one was only 8 minutes too. Okay, I'll see Aboud's clip here though. Coolest clip. Cool parry. Cool. You got like 4 or 5 insta-rad. Yeah, not insta-rad, sorry. Force rad, insert parries is what I was trying to say. Hey, it's cool. You did miss a screwdriver in the beginning though, so you do lose some points for that. This is definitely like a 9 out of 10 clip. Given like how many stakes there are in this, I'd say like, and you know, like no Gutterman spawned at all. Right? As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, this was a low density wave on Force Red, so like 9 out of 10 clip. Would have been 10 out of 10 if you hit that screwdriver, because you just would have been so much better off, but you know. You think you're gonna get it? We're gonna do one more. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten the fails quick mount twice in a row. That is shocking. Alright, yeah. So ping me, who is it? Guxaluffy, can you ping me where your thing was? In the Cybergrind review thing? This is so good. Sorry, this is 100% becoming an emote. Just for the record. Or a sticker. Probably a sticker. Can I make this a sticker immediately? Hold on. Upload sticker. Hold on, I need to probably... Yeah. Broccoli Maurice. And then... Where is it? Stickers. Sorry, I'm so bad at navigating this stuff. Related emoji. Here we go. You the same name in Discord? Yeah, but my thing can sometimes cut it. Hold on. Maurice Broccolite. Terror. Or Doom. We're gonna do one more. You want to? Where do you want me to scroll up to? I have no idea. I guess like here. Go to stickers. There you go. It's so dumb. Yeah, I don't even know what related emoji means. Yeah. But why do you want me to scroll up again? Hey, right? I'm confused. Same name in Discord. I'm gonna wait till I see G here. Is this it? I can't see. See, this is what I mean. Like, even if your name is the same, I can't see it because of the stream block on Discord. That's you? Okay. If this is 8 minutes, I'll watch it. Let me 20 minutes. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have the time for this. It's almost like 12 a.m. here. Just cut to wave 40. Alright, okay. I've got time then. Although, geez, the frame rate is very bad. Oh my god, do you play like this, or is this just the recording software? Yeah, I wanted to mark the previous submission before we continued. Which one was it? Was it this? Yeah, it was this. 12 minutes ago. No. What? February 7th, 12 minutes, 12. Okay, whatever. There you go. Done. Oh, it's because you typed in it. Alright, well, we'll see how long we can keep this going for. There you go. It's gonna be hard to give advice because if this is your PC performance and not your recording software, then it's gonna be really difficult to criticize. I have no idea what's happening. Okay, number one huge, extreme, bonus, delicious advice. Turn off blood. Because blood just like brought your frames down to like 4 frames per second right here. Single-handedly, it did that. Turn off blood. I'm sorry, you have to turn off blood and gore. Yeah, that's gonna help you get to wave 100 best, is just like not having blood and gore on. That's the first thing I turned off when I was on my MacBook, because I got to top 100 Cybergrind on just my MacBook, and my performance was so bad. I could show you guys the recording. I recorded myself doing it. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what advice I can give here. It's just really hard to read what's going on. Tell you what. Just, I don't know, going with full jack. Here, I'm gonna have to ask you, I'll do you next time, because this currently isn't working. If you turn off blood and gore and the performance is a lot better, then yeah, I'll definitely review you. I've reviewed people who have like, 12 FPS. But this is definitely really hard to watch. Especially with blood and gore, making it really hard to see things. One other thing that I can suggest. Oof. Yeah, you definitely want to be kiting enemies. So like, don't put saw traps down here. I'll just give, as much advice as I can. Don't put saw traps down here, put them up here on this flat plane. Because enemies will walk into them if you're on the edge, and if you're confident with rocket riding, I haven't seen you rocket ride, as far as I'm concerned, which is something else you should learn, if you haven't already. Yeah, you know how to rocket ride. Yeah. If you can just play on the edge frequently. Oof. There's a rocket pull fail. Yeah. That's all the advice I can currently give with what I can see. If you're going to put them towards the middle, put them up more so the stairs don't break them instantly. True, you can also do that. So if you can put them on the pillar above the stairs, then yeah, that also works if you want to kite them around the center. But yeah, that's really all the advice I can give you, unfortunately, for now. If you send another recording after your performance has improved, I will definitely review that. Why can't I click on Discord? Hello? Okay, weird. But yeah, for now, that's all the advice I can give. You are here. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get any blackout bingos. That was tough. I'm surprised we didn't see Fail's quick ride quick mount twice in a row. That was crazy to me that we got that. But yeah, let's take a look at this. So close. So close. And all the while, this is literally just 2 bingos. No, wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bingos. But yeah. Unfortunately, I've been streaming for a long time, so I'm gonna stop streaming now. Keep it up with the art, everyone who's here. But yeah, everyone who hasn't joined the Discord, you definitely should join. Send in some gameplay for me to review, and just hang out. It's been popping off. There's people typing like all the time in this server. It's very lively. Missed the stream? Sad. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's all I have. That's it for me. There you go. Yeah. Sad to see that YouTube joined last minute. I'll be going now. So, goodbye. Good night. See you later.